She's with us. Let her pass. Outlander, Chief Hikaru and Marshal Katalo await you within.
The cool route should be starting soon. Once it's done, I'll be able to access the chamber below Hikaru's throne. And Ether.
Outlander, the Chief awaits you in the arena, past the throne.
This must lead to the arena. It's another part of the ruins, turned into a fighting ring. This could be useful.
Aloy. It seems you've had to move mountains to bring the Sky Clan to heel. Literally.
Katalo helped.
Yes. Takote reprimanded for all the clan to see. You both served well. But now the cool route is at hand. Some have come to compete, others to bear witness. They know Regala will come for me.
I'll do whatever it takes to hold up my end, as long as you remember yours. So what's the plan?
Katalo.
There are only two viable ways to attack the arena. Through the throne room you just passed, and by the trail on the north end. We've set up barricades at both. But if Regala means to assault the cool route with machines, she will have to attack by the trail.
You will join our defenders there. Hold the line, and I'll have my marshals. You will be free of my service and receive your reward. Make whatever preparations you must. Once the cool route begins, you must see it through.
The grove, the arena, it's all part of the same ancient structure?
Yes. Here the land remembers the sacrifice of the 10. Their deeds commemorated for eternity.
Sacrifice?
The visions tell us that on the ground below, they gave their lives in a fight against machines. We honored them by holding the cool route where they fell.
I know where I'll be. What about you two?
I will be here with the Chief, where I belong. Should the fight reach us, we will take the blood owed for our fallen.
If it comes to that, the defenses will hold.
Let's get this over with.
Good. You'll find Dekka at the north barricade with the rest of our defenders. Strike true as the 10. I'll see you when this is done.
This cool road will honor
There's the Outlander who saved
let
the
them
cool road.
Speak.
Sky Clan looks strong for this.
The title Marshal must be earned with courage.
Perhaps Regala's
Regala will come for the Chief.
The cool route
Only
will
question
begin.
is when.
These challengers better take this seriously.
Honor and strength.
Honor and strength.
Your spear shall lead us. Regala will fall.
This is a ceremony, not mere entertainment.
Mr. Kote, this is, of course. Cote fixed his ego before coming here.
Easterner.
Didn't think the Sky Commander himself would be joining us today.
If there's a chance my challengers will be facing Regala, it is only right their commander join in their fate.
Or maybe you need to save face after what happened at the Bulwark.
Careful now. Sometimes sharp wits bring out sharp spears.
I'd save my spear for Regala's troops, if I were you.
I'll see you at training.
Hikaro's defenders should be at the end of this trench.
But we must hold. And look, we are not alone in this fight. Focus on the machines. Take them down. And Regala's forces become no different from our own.
Yes, Chaplain.
Watch each other's backs. Dismissed. Our soldiers are ready. They will defend the cool route from below. But from above...
Not bad. Where did you get it?
One of our squads ripped it off a fallen machine. The honor is yours. Regala may have her tricks, but you will show her our teeth.
Thunder! The cool route is upon us! Our struggle demands new blood! New leaders! Release the quarry! Challengers, approach! All who take down a machine shall be named Marshal. Remember the 10. Strike from the air as they did, and seize your glory.
Hold them back! Defend the cool route! Bring it down! There. What is that?
I don't know. Hold the defenses! Go! We'll fire a few shots from that ballista. Regala went after Hikaru and Kataro. I gotta get to them. The next fight.
Katalo! This isn't finished! I'll be back with everything I have! And all who stand with Hekarro will be run red.
At attention. You fought well. Proved yourself against enemies both metal and flesh. I name you all Marshal. Your first order is to secure the arena from any remaining rebels. Go. I failed. I should have finished Regala. But now she'll be back with more machines. Stronger than ever.
I'll do what I can to help.
No, you've done enough. Far more than our bargain called for. When we first met, you spoke of your true mission on which all depends. I wasn't certain if I believed you then. But I believe in you now. So leave me. And get to your task.
What will you do?
Tend to the wounds. What you need is there. Take it. Your deeds today will be remembered like those of the 10.
This is it. Aether's below. Whew. A rush of air. There. That console. Come on, Aether. Time to go home. Yes. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Pro.
Master override activated. Restoring Ether subordinate function to original code.
Got it. Now to get this back to Gaia.
The visions in the grove have changed. The words of the 10 are now clear to us. Here, this must be the vision that Chief Hekarro saw years ago. The visions throughout the grove are different now. And this one, it just appeared. Is this your doing?
Visions have changed.
That's the one that inspired Chief Hekarro.
More testimony of the old ones.
Hear now the words that reunited a people. Following the tragic events of the war, Anne Faraday, the chief architect of the reconciliation effort, addressed a nation in need of hope.
If we look into the future, the lens of the recent past, our fears loom. Wars waged against machines, scarcity of food and water, storms that drive us from our homes. But true courage means facing those fears with conviction instead of cynicism. Leading the peacekeeping effort with these brave men and women, these marshals of the new Southwest, has strengthened my conviction that when we are united, we can overcome any threat. Join me. Join us in that conviction as we strive for a nation and a world without want or war.
Reporting for duty, Commander. I'm coming with you.
But Hikaru needs you.
Because of you, he has new marshals. And a rallying cry the clans cannot ignore. So I will stand with you on your mission. Give whatever is left of my life. It is what I choose.
How can I say no to that? Varl, there's someone who wants to join us. I need you to meet him in the foothills and guide him the rest of the way.
On it.
Go to the mountains, west of Plainsong. A friend of mine will meet you on the ascent. I'll join you when I can.
A friend of yours? Should be interesting.
All right. I need to get Ether back to Gaia. Seems like capturing it did something to the other holograms, too. Might be worth checking out.
This will be a test.
Observe the grid of JTF-10 in the mountainous regions of the hot zone.
My strength is yours.
Discover how JTF-10 claimed home field advantage in the...
Blood of the Ten, Aloy. Regala denied. The truth of the visions revealed. I doubt you have enough skin to mark all your deeds.
We'll just have to remember them then.
Well, thanks to you, the Chief still lives. And hope remains. But that's not why I wanted to speak with you. I need a favor. A personal one. My grandson, Kavo. He was not counted among the dead, which means he must still be with Regala's remaining forces.
He was taken prisoner?
No. He joined them willingly. Like many young soldiers who seek to mark their skin with distinguished deeds. I must search for him. Convince him to come home. Chief Hikaru cannot spare any soldiers for this task, so my blade is alone in this. Unless you'd be willing to join me. I know it is much to ask after all you've done for us. But Kavo is the last of my blood.
What made Kavo join Regala's rebellion?
For some, Regala represents a chance of vengeance against the Karja. During the Red Raids, it wasn't easy to turn the clans back at Barren Light. Many wanted to pursue the Karja all the way to Meridian.
So when Regala attacked the embassy, they took it as a call to arms.
Yes. But others, the young especially, care only about the glory they think they'll earn by hunting an age-old enemy. As for Cavo, it was probably a bit of both. And a youthful desire for a cause to get the blood burning. Nothing I said could stop him.
So if Cavo didn't listen to you when he joined the rebels, what makes you think he will now?
Cavo was too young to fight during the Red Raids. War was a stranger to him. But he must have experienced the suffering it brings by now. He will listen. He must. I just have to find him before it's too late.
You said Cavo is your last living relative?
Yes. Before Chief Hikaru, the clans warred constantly with each other. Every skirmish claimed another comrade. One by one, I buried my children. And then, their children.
I'm sorry.
I tried to vent my grief on the battlefield, but I never found comfort there. Only in the wisdom of the visions. And even so, I still couldn't prevent Cavo from following the trail of blood.
If Cavo joined Regala's rebellion of his own accord, will Hikaru let him back into the tribe?
The chief knows the value of mercy, and the toll of unending bloodshed. It's the rest of the tribe I'm more concerned about. They won't quickly accept someone who betrayed them. Even with my support, it won't be easy.
But you have to try. I'll help you find your grandson, if I can. Where do we start?
A while back, our scouts reported Cavo's squad left one of Regala's outposts in the hills to the south. His squad never returned, but the scouts also spotted one of our own being held captive there.
So we'll start at the outpost. If we free the prisoner, maybe they'll know where Cavo's squad went.
Shall we head out?
I have some other things to take care of first. I can meet you there.
I'll wait for you on the hill crest southeast of the grove. We'll make our way to the outpost from there. Until then, strike true.
I heard your brother earned a mark from the fifth.
Yeah.
Honor and strength.
Shut up about it. One mark he thinks
your enemy is mine.
There's no way he'll earn the other 2 marks.
He's going to try, and I hope I'm there to watch him get his ass kicked.
You up for a game of strike later?
Okay, but you should know that I got some new pieces since we last went to the start.
Well, good thing I have a little something called strategy.
Talk yourself up all you want. So the machines the rebels command, how do they do it? Tame them to
honor and strength.
The 10 guide you.
Could you imagine what it feels like? Charging at an enemy blade in hand? It must be something. I know where my road is lying, but you've got to admit it's an impressive feat.
The Outlander.
May your blade be bright.
The tribe has asked so much.
Champion, I fear we must lean on your strength and generosity again. Just tell it to her straight, Ducka. The tribe needs the arena. She's our only hope to getting it open again.
You need the arena? But the cool route's over.
That's true, but we also use the arena to boost the tribe's morale.
We use it for training. Herd in machines so our soldiers can experience the glory of the kill in a controlled setting.
Which, of course, boosts morale. But Chief Hekarro won't let us reopen the arena until the ballista protecting the field is repaired.
We need it in case a machine runs amok, and it was damaged during the cool route. The parts we need aren't easy to find.
I get it. You need me to hunt down some machines and grab the parts.
We'd ask someone else, but every squad in the Grove is on alert. But the task is not without compensation, right, Kala?
Of course. Once the arena is open again, I would be honored to invite you to compete. A wide variety of machines will be available.
And I will award you prizes for victory. Not just from the arena, but also for medals won at hunting grounds. You'll be able to trade them for some of the tribe's very best gear.
To fix the ballista, we'll need a sinew from a rollerback, along with some bristleback tusks. Both kinds of machines have been spotted near a campfire to the southeast. When you're done, bring the parts to me at the maw of the arena, on the northeast side of the grove.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
One more thing. If you're going back into the wilds, I have another duty tied to our soldiers' morale. A regrettable one. Every Tenakth soldier carries a tag carved with their squad symbol. Rebels have been hoarding the tags of the soldiers they kill. You might find such tags at any enemy outpost. If you do, bring them to me. I'll make sure they're returned to the soldier squad mates and loved ones. Having confirmation sometimes soothes their grief. And there are bounties involved, if that matters to you.
I've already found some of those tags.
I don't have anything to pay you with here. Bring them to me at the maw of the arena when you can.
Thank you, champion. And please don't forget the parts for the ballista.
First the frost breath, then the snow.
Hey, look who's back. You
find what you're looking for?
I did. One step closer to taking the fight to the zeniths.
Can't wait.
You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those holos.
I made a new friend while I was getting ether.
Yeah, I've seen him. Katalo's a broody fella. You do know the cards just say these Tanakh drink people's blood?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. What's this?
Strike. It's a Tanakh game. I'm pretty bad at it, but it's fun.
Think you could teach me?
I would, but I can barely make sense of it myself. Be better off learning from Salma and Chainscrape. She can be pretty passionate about it, but she knows Strike as well as any Tanakh.
Guess I'll have to make some time to visit her when I can. I better get going.
All right. I'll be here if you need me.
Aloy, you found another one of Gaia's sub-functions?
2 down, 1 to go.
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
Have you met Katalo yet?
Yes, but he has kept to himself. Tanakh don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
I better get going.
Right. You've got that sub-function to deliver.
Locked. Well, I guess Brigida wants her privacy for now. Wonder if Earl's in there with her.
Need back.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me.
So I hear.
I made one about how does anyone...
From the looks?
Yeah.
Just... I should go...
Yeah, come back.
Aloy, I'm glad you have returned, and I see you have recovered Ether.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. Hey, Gaia.
So I see what is on your mind.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the... However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them. When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but Why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on. So, once Hephaestus has... You'll regain the capacity...
Yes.
So you could build an army of machines.
It is in my nature to take human life, so yes, I could design, build, given the nature of the fun. I must admit, however, no matter how aggressive...
That's...
Indeed.
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still...
I will continue to...
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt... How's Katalo doing?
I have detected that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him. In an effort to remedy this, I believe he will want to...
A solution? So there's a few people here now, and they're almost like what was supposed to happen.
Yes. There is still much that can be gleaned. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last... hearing their hopes and fears.
Anything I should be worried?
I do not believe I have elected not to intervene.
I should be going.
Goodbye, Aloy.
There we go. More data for the dome.
Excellent choice.
That's fine.
I don't think that door had power before, but... looks like it's malfunctioning. Looks like some kind of maintenance space. This leads. Power cells? Huh.
bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was a liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses. You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away. Alone. So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave. You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
They didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so... I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Sounds very lonely, if you ask me.
Aloy.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Well, okay.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this day.
Yeah, it's been helpful when I did find the old one, only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the that's half the fun. You won't see me letting a...
Are you playing that board game I keep...
Oh, you mean Strike? Helps take my mind. Yeah, it's a Tanakh.
I think you're safe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do I smell...
I brought some over from... with everything that's been... Besides, that's what my sister...
Maybe another time. I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess.
One of Studious Fortis's many scrolls. It was a pain getting him to Barrenlight. Still, he didn't deserve to be run down by Regala's riders.
The old ones fed off livestock a little too much for my liking.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians.
Hey.
Of course.
It's hard to believe we're dealing with the same ones that...
To live on...
Because it's not.
That weapon we found...
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith? Yet allow them...
With Sylens, there's always an angle. What do you make of this Tilda the Beta was talking?
Well, the way she described... I can't shake off the feeling. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, if we knew what it was...
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least...
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened. Since what I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The sacred lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
How's training?
Discovering something new. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived. I thought it was, but a lot has changed. Now I'm just trying to make sense versus everything.
The change is hard. You feeling
I was just thinking about Beta and all that. To think someone would make a person, just Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed no trouble treating.
Another reason we... Did Catalo find his way here?
Zoe picked out a room for him.
He's not much of...
So I've tried paying my respects for it. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at him. He said a warrior shouldn't be For a second I thought I was talking to my... Never thought of Tanakh.
I should get back.
We'll be here if...
Aloy.
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting. I wish there was something I could...
I'm not...
A tree won't bear fruit in a day.
The Zeniths did a number on Beta.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are old ones who cut the... I've never heard to deny our dying it's...
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and from what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge, like you've done here. Maybe one day more...
That sounds... Is there anything I can help with around here?
Hmm?
Are you okay?
You and Varl.
I like to think so.
I was wondering...
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but...
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. I feel silly not being able...
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably...
I'd like to see her try.
I should get going.
Good luck on your...
It's a shuttle. Like the one I blew up at Far Zenith's launch facility. Varl seemed pretty interested in space travel. I guess he wanted a keepsake.
If you keep frowning that hard, you'll get wrinkles.
Tanakh equipment. Katala must have moved his stuff in.
I like that.
Plugging in that power cell downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
Exactly where to hit us. Aloy,
It's good to see you.
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions. Your friends showed me to the... and explained the... They gave me this I don't pretend, but all I really need to know...
Welcome to the team. Now that you...
I'll admit, I find them hard to crack.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. I fought by his side against the Karja. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some...
Indeed.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no...
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced... I'd never be allowed to challenge his command. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well it was exile. Guised. So I became a marshal.
I'm sorry you had to go.
I'm not.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about... What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew for us to imitate, and it is why the Challenger... Many times I imagined...
What did Chief Hikaru say?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove. There was little more...
Well, I'm honored.
Indeed.
What are you looking at?
The others have been helping me decipher this, so... I thought I'd try... This... Hephaestus.
Yes.
How many?
As many as...
Such power.
I heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman. She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just... looking for some...
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your... They are faster and more agile than... How many do the Zeniths have? I would not wish to face them on my...
I'm with you there. Must be strange, seeing everything through a...
I can see machines like never before. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon ever...
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and though it could use some more.
Duly noted. Getting ether out of the Grove made for...
One that showed the entire tribe that it covered is now blessed.
Anything else you've been...
Gaia showed me the... I am no chaplain, but...
What is it?
The old ones believed one could hear the... If you carried the... They called them...
That's, You've had some time with the...
I admit, I was... Farmers don't make for...
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against...
Interesting.
Have you had a chance to speak?
Briefly. He fought well against Regala's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway...
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that.
Does it still hurt?
It comes... I try not to think about it. But its absence, it's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand.
Then you have my thanks.
Have you spoken with him?
I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't... I should get
If I can help...
I will. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her. can grab this from my stash later. Could hit it with purge water.
I'll raise the alarm! Should try something other than fire.
catching snowflakes on my lashes. Ready for anything now? Rebels. I heard they were in the area. Best way to get rid of them is to take out their leader.
Freezing out here.
Better watch out for those lookouts.
Tired of this cold.
That's a lot of machine parts. Rebels must be using them for gear.
What's wrong with you? A girl? Alarm! Did we lose her in the grass? You best lay low. The things I'm gonna do to you. I will tear you in half when I find you.
There's more of us on the way, you know.
You okay? Not even great. More dangerous than she looks. Give up for now.
to see here.
We're in the clear.
She better come back. I'm not done.
We were right to have a look around. It's that Outlander. Has it? Hey! Danger! Want more?
We found her! Revenge!
I bet she's using the grass for cover!
So that armor, that soldier's the one in charge.
We should be burning all of this down. I'll get him. Only a matter of time.
I can get out.
That kind of might not be a false alarm. That Easterner will be called, and the punishment will be. Oh well, at least I checked. I wonder if I'll ever see my old squad again. Must have run when they saw me coming. Damn rain. At least the latrines will wash through. This better not be a prank!
Oh, and quiet now.
Oh well, at least I checked. I knew it! She's here!
Should check if there's anything with a lock around here. I wonder how much snow is gonna pile up. Might be able to sneak in via this path. I'll pick these up. Well, that thing looks big enough to lift a machine. That must be how they restrain them. A locked chest. Good thing I found a key.